Nigel, you've been warning all along that European countries that hold referendums on leaving the European Union never get to leave the European Union. Is that what the Florence speech is?
Very much so. I mean, look, today's a great day for Westminster. It's a great day for the political class. It's a great day for Goldman Sachs. Great day for multinational business, because effectively what the Prime Minister is saying is we're going to stay a full member effectively of the European Union for a further 2 years. And it's a massive two fingers up to the 17.4 million poorly educated, unwashed voters that voted for Brexit.
I know you're being sarcastic about the poorly educated.
but you see, that's what they've called us. That's what they've called us all the way through. We've been told that as Brexit voters we're stupid, we're pig ignorant, we don't understand the real world, and this is the establishment trying to regain control.
Ironic that it won't even be enough as regards your European bureaucrats in the negotiations anyway.
Well, that's the point, isn't it? That if she thinks by saying we'll pay £20 billion over the course of the next 2 years, that somehow is going to satisfy Mr. Barnier, I mean, she's on moonshine, because all he's going to say is you've paid for 2 years access to the single market, we want this big divorce bill on top. Frankly, I do not think anything she says today is going to satisfy anybody in Brussels.
But when does the so-called deep state start telling Brussels, hey, be a bit nicer to Britain because we want them in?
Well, that I think has to come from a different direction. That I think has to come from member state governments, you know, the new German Chancellor, etc. And I think the sensible thing would be for the member states to say to Barnier and Juncker, you are acting as a European Union in your own interests. You're no longer representing the needs of individual companies and workers around the member states of Europe. You know, they may have managed to reverse the Irish referendum, the Danish referendum. Ultimately, they can delay this as long as they want. We are going to leave. At some point in time, the will of the British people is strong, and we are going to leave. What I don't want is for this to drag out for year after year after year. And it looks now that it'll be at least 5 years from the Brexit vote before anything fundamental changes.
Well, it's the same old German Chancellor, arguably, so...
Well, it may not happen. Look, if there is no hope of getting any reasonable position coming from Brussels, then the time comes for us to say, do you know what? This is a farce. There's a great big world out there. There's America, Australia, India.
I've heard those things, but did it even shock you that there were proposals for a single European military and compulsory euro joining in the past few weeks?
I thought Juncker's speech was pretty extraordinary last week. I mean, this is a full state, run from the centre, taking yet...
Even you thought so?
Oh, even I said. I did say to Mr. Juncker afterwards, I said, actually, you've done us a huge favour, because now, if ever there was a second referendum, after that speech, we'd never vote to rejoin.
And I just one on Donald Trump. Obviously, a lot of worries about his response to North Korea. What do you think about how he's dealing with that? Is that more deep state power in Washington against Trump?
No, this is different. North Korea is different. Donald Trump has, from the time he was elected, been genuinely concerned, not just for America, but for South Korea, Japan, genuinely concerned for the world about what the intentions of this North Korean regime are. And what he's trying to do is to rally support from Russia, from China, from everybody, to do everything they can to stop this guy getting full nuclear capability.
But isn't Trump as guilty as, say, Theresa May of rolling back things that were said or things that the electorates want?
No,
I mean, he said on NAFTA he is leaving it.
What has held Trump back has not been Donald himself, because I know that he's resolute to those things that he was elected on. What's held Trump back is the judiciary. What's held Trump back is Congress. What's held Trump back is the deep state.
You didn't frankly have the balls to put country before party.